So today we're going to discuss a gold-backed stablecoin, which is some big Bitcoin news this week. But more importantly, some juicy runes. We're going to take a look at the market. We're going to look at ordinals, as you see by the title. We're having a major dip right now, so buying opportunities or panic sell. We're going to talk about that in today's episode, and we're going to talk about a over one Bitcoin Pizza Ninja sell. To my understanding, this is the largest sell in Pizza Ninja history, besides our Sotheby's auction, with of course our Grail or Pizza Ninja #1. So besides that one, I think this is the largest sell yet, which also happens to be a Spirit. We're going to look at that in just a few minutes. This show is on X and on YouTube. Feel free to hop in chat on either. We'll pull up the chat, hang out with you, talk about runes, talk about Pizza Ninjas, and all those fun things. Of course, the show is put on by Pizza Ninjas, who, by the way, are throwing the party, the after party at Bitcoin Nashville. We're going to take a look at some of that promo trailer during this episode as well. And if you are looking for a code in your Ninja, hit me up, hit somebody on the team up that you know. We can get you a code for a discount at Bitcoin Nashville, of course. Further updates, follow Pizza Ninjas, follow Trevor at TO, and all these people on stage. And I have to give a warm welcome back to Coma, who has taken a sabbatical. He's been gone for what feels like the entire year, but he's back. He's ready. He's ready to shill his bags. I know that he was shilling some Satoshi Nakamoto before he left. What do you want to shill today, Coma?
I don't know, man. But let's. I don't know if this is a coincidence, but I was gone and then the price dipped. So now that I'm back, hopefully, the market goes up and we just bring some vibes here.
Yeah, we need you here just to like bring the vibes up, to shill some runes, man. Like, you were single-handedly holding up Satoshi Nakamoto, then you left and it just plummeted. So I need you to shill some more stuff, while we're here, kind of keep our bags going. You've missed a lot, Como. You've missed a whole lot.
I know, man. I mean, look at all these new top runes while I was gone, like Bank of Nakamoto Dollar, Epic. Like, man, all our early Valhalla runes are they're kind of losing their top 10 status. I'm kind of sad, Christy. Decentralized Satoshi Nakamoto. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Some people are against it, saying that top 10 aren't going to have provenance. Other ones are just accumulating. Only time will tell. But I mean, honestly, the top 10 still are like, maybe not the top 10. Like, there are some coming up, like you said, Bank of Nakamoto, which is called very early in Pizza Ninja's Discord, and some other ones that I'm going to talk about later on today's show. But with all that being said, it's still like Dog is like #1 in volume. Fehu's still up there, usually #1, #2, #3 in volume. Basically, everything you just named is still like at the top of the chart. So there's still some type of provenance there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's also not a runes only thing. Like, the whole market is down, so like people can't say runes are dead. Like, it's just the market is red.
Bro, let's take a look at that. Speaking of which, let's look at the market real quick. It's kind of painful, man, and the ETH market's even worse. What's up, Leonard? Saying hello, guys, in chat from X. I do need to share this on my account in just a minute, but yeah, so it automatically goes to 30-day chart, and let's play a game of Find the Green.
Literally, the first one I saw
what's going
on? No, but for real, like, it's been a pretty rough month for Ordinals. We have some of our top projects. Node Monks down 36%, Bitcoin Puppets down 40%. OMB 33. Like, it's been rough. Seven day mark. Basically everything down. Even us is down in the 7-day mark, and 1-day mark's pretty rough. But with all that being said, it's definitely accumulation time. And somebody did just that the other day on Pizza Ninjas. It was actually last night. This is like breaking news, man. This is crazy. If you go to Magic Eden, you see this Spirit right here sold for 1.1 BTC. Here's a guess, guys. Can you say at the top of your head how much 1.1 BTC is in USD?
I already watched. I watched.
Oh, spoiler! Spoiler. Can you guess, Kama?
Put you on the spot. 70,000-ish, probably.
That's good. Yeah, 74,000. I asked my wife that, and she was like 120 or something like that. But it was good. I'm glad she was like overestimating. She was predicting the future. Leonard said Fehu is not in the top volume. We'll look at the runes in just a bit. I was just kind of talking about like consistently it usually is, but we'll see. Saku Hamster is another one I want to talk about. Low market cap meme right there. Say the right things, right? Psycho is watching you. So we can't FUD Psycho Hamster. Psycho's gonna cut us. I just saw like a pretty graphic meme from that account earlier, so I would definitely listen.
Did he airdrop us anything for the show? You know, like so we could shill it for him, or
that's true. That's true. Yeah. Look, Kuma's back shilling already, saying, "Here's my wallet address. Be sure to airdrop us so that we can say the right things." Like the movie Jaws, Blood in the Water, and then Be Epic also guessed the price. But yeah, so we had this. I actually moved over here. So we had this 1.1 BTC sale, which is absolutely incredible. It was on this Spirit Ninja with a bow. So congrats. That's to the buyer and the seller. That's amazing. And yeah, I mean, I almost actually bought a Spirit early on, but I just don't really trade ninjas as much. This one also has the 3 different attributes. So instead of a palindrome, it's actually, I forgot what the 3 is called. But it's also got the uniform. So definitely an awesome ninja right here. Just crazy to see that type of sell with this type of market. Like it's really cool to watch. We're gonna look at. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at the rune volume real quick. So we can look at this at like I kind of want to look in detail about some runes later. So somebody in the chat said that Fehu's not top in volume, but it's literally top in volume right here in the last day. It's number 1.
Boom, roasted.
Look, I look at these charts more than any of you, and they're all red. I do own Gob. That's up 20%. But yeah, so this 1 day looking rough for Rune. 7 days, Fehu is also still number 1 in volume. Okay. To be fair, this wasn't just filtered by volume. This was filtered by the Rune number. So, or it's filtered by other things as well. I think it was probably by market cap, and this market cap is. Yeah, you're right.
Boom, roasted again.
But it's still up in volume. It's like, I mean, like it's not number 1, but it's like what volume is 0.33 BTC. That's like above 95% of runes. Anyways, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with chat. Whatever, Leonard. I do want to look at some specifics later on. But real quick, I don't know if you guys saw, but we are doing the official Bitcoin after party, Bitcoin National after party. I do want to take a quick look at that. Let me know if you guys can hear the sound when I switch over. We good?
Yep.
So this is clips from our event in Lisbon, which just happened like last month. Or actually just a couple weeks ago.
Oh, there you are.
That's me. That I know him.
I know that guy.
This is our pizza party. It was packed out. But this is what's to come. So just to kind of explain some of the things going on here, like I said, we are going to have the official after party. As you could tell, some of this is like the 120-foot LED screen. We got some sick plans for all of this, of course. And then we actually we're getting a DJ to come as DJ Chucky. And so he's going to be our official DJ for the after event. So it's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be again for Nashville. It's at the end of the month for July. It's like July 24th, I believe. Ninjas, of course, get discounts and free access to all the parties. If you're interested in partnerships, reach out to Eric Nelson. It's under TO's tweet on Twitter. Like I said, we're going to get DJ Chucky for it, and it's going to be really cool. Either of you guys going to try to make it to Nashville?
Yes, sir.
Heyo.
I will unfortunately not, because I have to go to Austin that weekend.
Austin? What are you going to do in Austin?
That's my bachelor party, bro.
Gonna do a little
bachelor party. You don't want to talk about Bitcoin on your bachelor party, or?
I do, but at the same time, gotta get wasted.
You think you won't get wasted in Nashville at
That's
that party?
True. Trevor will always offer you a beer if you're a Pizza Ninja holder. So
yeah, I think there's gonna be a little bit more than one beer going on. I think we'll take care of you. But congratulations, anyways.
Thank you.
Getting married. We do have a full chat. K-Fish needs sats is quite down. Leonard's still going at me about the volume. Evie said it was so good. Evie was at our Lisbon event, was that speaker. Thanks so much for joining, Evie. Hope to see you at future events. Poseidon said so much FOMO. Poseidon, when you were in Hong Kong, there's a lot of FOMO for Hong Kong. Those yachts looked amazing, even though we did get some yachts in Lisbon as well. I don't think we'll be getting any yachts in wherever we go. What part of Tennessee? Nashville. I keep on forgetting. Like I don't know. It's just so many events, but yeah, Nashville. I'm very much looking forward to Nashville. It's gonna be cool. I got Kaboom saying, "Let's go Nashville." So yeah, guys, there's gonna be a lot going on there, and I'm really just excited. These last two events were what I would consider a major success. We led the one in Lisbon with the Ordinals side, and it was just so good. We had packed stage. One of the things I noticed about this event in Lisbon specifically is there was speakers going from like 8 a.m. till like 6 p.m. I know because like I ran the thing, and there was literally like every seat packed and people like behind the seats listening into the speakers the entire day. We actually had like the opposite problem of what conferences usually have. Conferences usually like people speak and like nobody really shows up. Like I even saw that like Casey Rodarmer like spoke somewhere and there's like 5 people there. We had the opposite problem. People wouldn't shut up, so like basically there's so many people and I don't blame them, they're all like, hey, what's up? It's like the speakers were like couldn't hear each other because like there was like tons of people meeting in the room as well, but it's a good problem to have. I'd rather have that problem than the opposite. So it was really cool.
What was your like favorite thing and maybe your least favorite thing about that event? If you have a least favorite.
Dude, my least favorite thing is we couldn't do a Pizza Ninja bus tour in Lisbon because that was still my like favorite event ever. Not even just like my favorite Ninja event. My favorite part. Oh, dude, let's see. The conference was great, but I worked the whole thing, and it was like a lot. Like like I was doing like 100 different things. I was like emceeing. I was a speaker at one point. I did all the graphics. Like I did like a ton of stuff. So like it was like not that I didn't have fun. It's just like I was running it. So like there's always a difference between like running it and attending it. But there was a lot of cool activations. I think like at the end we got to do like the yachts were pretty cool because at that point I could kind of take a breath. Like the conference was like super successful. So it's kind of like, okay, we did it, so we're just like chilling now, having a good time. The parties felt that way too. See, the pool party was the first day, and that was my favorite venue, but it was still kind of like we got a lot of work to do. Like we're doing a lot of work here, and like we're helping them. So all those shots you just saw, like my wife took, and like I obviously like helped with a lot of it too. So like we were just like ready to tackle everything, ready to tackle the conference. So probably the yacht or one of our after parties, just because like it was like done. If I was like coming from the perspective of just showing up to have a good time, I think our pizza pool party was really cool. I mean, it was very chill. It went on for a long time. We had 3 different DJs. Captain was one of them, which is a Pizza Ninja holder, and it was just like a good time.
How'd your lady like it?
She liked it. She was kind of the same as me though. Like she was like going, and she had to leave like a couple days early. So she basically just like worked hard the entire time. I mean, I'm sure you know what it's like to be like a solo videographer. Have you ever been in that situation, Chris? Or
Bro, I want to go on a pizza tour one time and just be on the tour. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but she liked it. She thought it was cool. She always thinks crypto conferences are cool, but she still like is too busy to kind of like get into it. So it's kind of one of those things like she just like enjoys during the time and then forgets about afterwards. We got Piggy invited as well. Piggy by Piggy is a rune. I'll show them later too. I'll give it a stronger opinion on this later, but I do like these runes that are kind of incorporating themselves into the profile pictures. I think Piggy and a couple of others have done that. Somebody else said Lisbon was a blast, but I'm hearing Nashville will be better. Also, I'm not going to have to take a 19-hour travel day to Nashville, so that's cool. Matter of fact, I might even take my own vehicle because it's not like a terrible drive for me. But yeah, so Nashville is the alpha. That's like the next activation. If you haven't already saw, like we're making progress on our pizza pets as well. If Trevor really broke down the eggs and the game theory during Lisbon. And we're kind of solidifying some partnerships and a couple of other things on the Pizza Pets. And those are to TBA. So those are pretty cool. And well, you guys caught up on all that, right? No questions?
I don't think I got too much alpha after our
Yeah.
couple weeks ago because I haven't been on the show. I've been in Korea.
Okay.
So you want to recap?
Sure. I think we're far enough in to where enough has been leaked to where I can kind of talk about it. I have the actual like pitch deck, I say pitch deck, like I have like the entire game theory, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to like show it all, even though it was presented. But I'll kind of give some like just what I do know, kind of some things here and there. I mean, essentially, it's going to be a Tamagotchi style game to where it's going to be entirely on chain, and you have to keep your Pizza Pets alive. So the idea is that most of them are going to die. So there's going to be, but if you're one of the ones that keeps your Pizza Pet alive, there's going to be a very scarce supply. At least that's what we're thinking, because you're going to have to take some risk, or you're going to have to it's not just going to be a very clear cut oh, I just have to click a button and hope that it stays alive. Like there's game theory behind it. And the game theory is like interesting,
He said interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. You give it certain types of food or coffee or drugs, and all of these things have different effects. So for instance, like you want it to like evolve faster. This thing's like a Pokemon with like 6 evolutions. If you want it to evolve faster, steroids is one. I think coffee was one, but if you gave it coffee, then it poops. And if you don't clean up its poop, it could die faster. So then you have to clean it up by giving it a shower. It's got a lot of fun game theory in it. I'll see if I'm allowed to share the entire deck. Next episode, we do this every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and if so, I'll give you guys the entire rundown. And that will actually be the first time that the entire rundown's actually on video. So far, we've given pieces of alpha at conferences, but it's kind of been to an entire crowd. I'm sure there's videos out there of alpha and stuff like that, but there's still not just a clear video. It's still a lot to be speculated on as well.
Imagine how expensive your Pizza Pet can be if it just goes through the gauntlet. That's my theory.
Right? If what?
Just it basically doesn't die.
Yeah,
it's roided out. It's a roided out Pizza Pet, basically.
A roided out drug addict.
It's gonna
one eye bigger than the other.
It's like that meme of I've seen some shit or something like that meme. It's gonna go through the ringer.
He just has that thinking face. What the hell is going on?
You waterboarded your pet and gave it a bunch of drugs and beat it up.
Life experiences makes people stronger.
Yeah, we want our pets like we want our holders. We want them strong, and we want them committed. So, that's kind of the idea here.
It's a real thing, though.
Big said definitely a kid's game.
That's how they grow great, wine grapes. They'll cut the roots so that it makes the plant struggle. That's actually you literally you mess these things up so that they have to come back stronger. So I think that's not a bad deal. I don't know.
That's how I feel like we're chasing a rabbit here, but that's how coffee. This is actually a random fun fact about coffee. So the reason that higher elevations have more complex coffee in a good way, coffee snobs will tell you "Ooh, I taste notes of raspberry and strawberry and tea or whatever," is because these coffee plants are raised in high elevation. So they're raised in harsh conditions. So it takes the coffee seeds longer to produce in these higher elevations like Ethiopia and other parts of Africa and basically these higher elevations. So the longer the maturation process takes, the more complex the coffee taste will get. So snobs really like that, and so there's a random coffee. So other areas that do grow coffee but might not have as high of elevation, like Brazil, Colombia, just some areas like that are gonna have more medium flavors. They still might do chocolatey, nutty, fruity, but it's not going to be quite as intense as an Ethiopian or Rwandan or something like that bean.
Isn't that in Brazil why they have? Isn't there like a jungle cat that like eats the coffee? And spits
Oh
it out?
my
Like,
gosh. Yes.
yeah, it's so
Yeah. I might or might not have a bag of
nice.
that. Yeah. We got some people in chat. It's like people are prompting us to start showing runes. We're gonna wait till a little bit longer and we'll talk about some runes. I
Chris,
see Chris has the Pit Vipers. Have you heard about $1 billion cat? Have you seen that meme yet?
No.
Oh
No.
man, you in for a treat later in this episode. It's like Rune's version of Mog.
Yeah, the laughing cat. That's great.
Well, this was not laughing. It's glasses, but it's like Bitcoin, but it's the B flipped over to make glasses.
Oh yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah, yeah. And I might or might not be working with them on some things. That's going to be kind of cool.
Hey, this is super random, Chris. I know you already have a list of topics, but do you still do like that lending thing with your ninja?
Liquidium, of course.
Yeah. Did you hear about because of the recent down market? I don't know what NFT or it was, but this person had like a ton of it and then basically floored it. And then since he floored it so hard, it literally liquidated a bunch of people that like had that had their NFTs on loan, and then like basically just it really crushed the whole like project like floor price basically. And I was thinking about it from like the ninja perspective. I was like, since there's so little quantity of it, there really isn't like a huge like whale that can kind of do that, right? So I was thinking like, oh, it's actually kind of nice to have a project that has like less not too much like supply out there, because like, it really could mess it up.
Yeah, I mean that happens just in the lending and borrowing market, especially for like NFTs. That's what's happening with ETH right now. Like, there's a ton of loans getting liquidated because of blur farmers, and basically it just shows like it's pretty much like if you're charting and you see a part of the chart that's just like no volume and it just like free falls. Like that's kind of how it is with this like lending and borrowing. But I didn't see that one particularly with Liquidium.
Yeah, I don't, maybe it's not a Liquidium, but it might have been something. But yeah, I'll ping you later with it. But I just thought it was just an interesting like ideas, like how do you protect yourself from that on like Ordinals lending. But I guess you just have to take that risk.
I did see, I can actually pull this up while we're on the topic, because like this is, even though it's not one of the listed topics, it's still worth talking about. Liquidium does have borrowing and lending loans now, and I mean not loans, runes now. And
how does that work? Because isn't floor price like kind of subjective, like with the, remember how we always talk about floor price being like that, like whoever just does a packet or whatever, or how do they determine that?
Dang it, I do have access to this, but I don't have my my wallet on this computer that I use.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, we could always talk about it next week.
So basically you just offer, like if I actually was gonna put out a loan on Satoshi, so like I checked the Satoshi floor for like 200, and I just put out an offer out there to lend this much money for 200, and somebody can accept it or not accept it. I mean, it's still a negotiation essentially. So it's kind of like, you know, I'll let you borrow this much money for this much runes, and then you go through with it.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so it has nothing to do with any like floor price or like liquidation kind of thing.
I mean, it does have to do with floor price, because like you're still going to see it like around the same as like what the floor is. It's going to be lower, like, which is kind of like basically my idea is if I want to buy a rune like Satoshi Nakamoto, I'll basically offer a lowball loan, and if somebody accepts it, I'm kind of hoping they default. So like I end up with it, and if not, then I'll just get the 380% APY, you know, from it. So might as well just do that, and that's kind of what my strategy is going to be. It's just low liquid right now, honestly. So
yeah. Oh, that's another alpha there, guys.
Yep. So if you want to do that, there is some alpha there. So I'm going to pull this up in just a second. I actually need to share this space as well. But did you guys see that there is a gold-backed stablecoin now?
I just looked it up while you announced it. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about it?
Is it Alloy?
Yes, it's Alloy.
Oh. I know Peter Schiff might like this idea.
I was thinking the same thing. It's like, what? I can't stand that dude. I was like, bro, he's finally gonna talk about crypto, and it's gonna be Alloy.
Dude, he's secretly probably part of this project.
He probably is, man. I wouldn't even doubt it. So I'll pull it up for chat. This is something like it's not like super DeFi related. I guess it is honestly, but it's worth talking about. That I just kind of wanted to like not spend a lot of time on, but just kind of look at. So basically, you'll be able to use gold as tether. Or I don't know how I said that kind of weird.
AUXDT or AUSDT.
Yes,
It's like a variation of
AUSDT
Tether.
instead of USDT. So instead of like you say like USDC is like of course backed by like Coinbase has like a proof of assets, proof of reserve. This is basically saying that like gold is that proof of reserve. And it's a very interesting concept that I'm actually surprised they haven't done until now. So, yep.
Who owns? Like, do they show the proof of gold?
I'm sure. Yeah. Like you would have to be able to have access to it. And then I guess like I don't know.
They just have chunks of gold just laying around. Some. I guess that's the same thing. I guess with backed USD too. It's just like
You'll also be able to do this for like yield bearing products too. So there's going to be like a little bit of DeFi in it as well.
This is interesting because basically, I mean, I guess gold is relatively stable, but so you could like, I mean, it'll just like market fluctuate. But like, I think from what my understanding of how Tether makes money, they just basically put it into some like bond or some type of high yield, like safe, like ROI thing. But essentially, since so many people are just like buying Tether, they're just making money off of whatever is being like stored. So they're not doing any like high Celsius like borrowing and all that shit necessarily, but they're just basically they have so much Tether backed USD that it's just like it just makes money on its own. It's literally
what's it backed by though, you know? Like what is
no,
reserve
so
there?
it's backed by their own cash, but they could put their cash into like some kind of bond or like some safe bond, which even at like 5%, it's still like genius.
Yeah, that's just the thing here though. Like I still don't like there's part of me that still doesn't fully trust Tether.
You know, yeah, me neither. Me neither. They supposedly have this money. I just don't know where it magically is.
Like, exactly. Like, are we gonna get?
That's where
like, so that's why I kind of feel a little good about this. I feel like okay. So like, let's tie all this in. I feel like this is going to be a little bit safer stablecoin, which is going to flow in, allow more money to flow in the future. I think this will be a big deal, which ultimately will be good for our DeFi bags. That's kind of how I hope that it plays in. We got chat showing some runes. Let's look at a couple of them. Let's see. I missed a lot. Got Mig saying that this is definitely a kid's game for the pizza pets. Got the Sigma Stone by Nuisance. That's we'll look at that in just a minute. We actually have charting, by the way, so that's nice. I know it's been a while since you've been here, Coma.
I saw it.
Yeah, we got simple and trading view charting, so we can pull some TA on this if we wanted to, but at least be able to look at it and 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day, or whatever.
You've been trading a lot, right? Like, are you doing it on runes or mostly on like Solana?
Stuff? I've been trading a lot, but I'm gonna dial back soon. It's too much of a headache. But I've been doing it mainly on Solana. I do trade runes. I did well on like Roaring Kitty. I bought when like literally nobody cared, and then he did the live stream, and I sold into the live stream, and I also like updated Twitter at every point. I was like, I just bought this. And then like before I would say it at times where it didn't look like I was pumping my bags. So I did well on that, but yeah, I'll buy. There's a couple that I'm buying for short, mid, and long term. Dogs definitely a long term. 600 million kind of got wrecked, to be honest. Yesterday it was at 700 million and almost touched 1 billion. So we'll kind of see how it goes. But I mean, to be fair, the entire market right now, not even just the speculative runes market, but like, I mean, Bitcoin is down. Let's see, 4% still pretty big for Bitcoin. It's actually getting like a little bit of recovery in the last hour, 1% on the hour. Like, I mean, you just see like red across the board. So it's kind of to be expected.
Nothing new. If you've been in this game for a while, honestly.
Nothing new. We got K-Fish, Pills and Drugs, Greg, strong and committed. I don't know if that's a ticker, if that's a just being strong and committed to the community. For the children, I did mint for the children. Did you guys? We actually got a bonus for holding ninjas and minting that. Hope you guys did.
Are you minting everything on Luminex still, or are you doing something else?
For the children was on a random site. I don't even remember what it was on. It was more like a claim. Oh gosh, this hurts to look at. I don't even want to know. My bags, they hurt. What's up with this? Okay, this is just a 1-day chart. I can't even see a full chart. So what's this even at? Market cap 655K. Don't remember what my claim was, to be honest with you. But this is pretty rough. So the problem with For the Children is, yeah, it feels weird saying that. The problem with For the Children, they had a fee on the claim, and that was like very controversial. So basically, it was like $40 to claim, and this is by Ghostkilla, but Ghostkilla, he wasn't the one that even, I don't even think he knew about it. I think he had like a team, like run this for him. And he didn't know about the fees, so to my understanding. So I don't blame people for trying to make a buck, and I don't blame Ghostkilla. I think that's just kind of like what created a lot of the FUD around it. Maybe it should have been more transparent up the front, or maybe just like say, hey, this is how we're going to make our funding. I don't know. I don't really care. Ghostkilla seems to be in support of ninjas, so I'm in support of him. And I mean, it's a $40 fee. Like, whatever. I've lost a lot more than that this week. I'll tell you that.
Dude, that's the whole timeline right now. That, and then it actually went from celebrity to like, I just lost all my money. That's literally been like the metas.
Maybe, just maybe those two tie in together.
Yeah.
How is Mother doing anyways?
Mother seems like the only one out of all these celebrities, D-list celebrity shills, that actually like is doing anything. Other than that, this is terrible. This is a terrible state of the market. Like, I'm just gonna be straightforward, and it all flows everywhere. Because like at the end of the day, like if you're making money in Solana, then you might be bringing that to Bitcoin. If you're making money in Ordinals, you might be bringing that to other chains. But if nobody's making money anywhere and it's all just being taken out of the ecosystem, then where's it going?
Yeah, at least Mother's just moving sideways.
Sounds like we're in like a movie. Like, don't speak of Mother this way.
Don't speak of Mother. I'm glad that Ordinals and Runes is pretty celebrity free. Like, we honestly, like, we've kind of not worshipped celebrities on this side of the ecosystem, and I'm about it. I'd rather just kind of pave our own way.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely Solana has more of the like fun aspect of it, because especially with like pumped off fun, like I think the barrier to create your own like rune is still kind of somewhat confusing for newer users. Like pumped off fun really made it easy. So I'm not saying it's a good thing, but if you make that easier to like create your own rune, I think that will probably bring in more.
I don't know. That kind of killed the Solana market, though, because basically there's more and more rugs, because literally anybody could launch a token and get it funded. So these like group of devs, aka people who just know how to use pump.fun, were like just extracting liquidity out of the market.
That's true.
So instead of like a lot of people trading a couple $1 million, you just have a couple devs drain a couple $1 million and put it in their pocket. Then it's no longer in the market to be traded. And like, honestly, right now, a lot of liquidity that we're getting is a hot potato around each other. So it's kind of extractive.
Do you think it's better that it's more difficult then?
Yes, I do. At least as far as launching goes. Especially the way Solana is. Now, Bitcoin would be different probably because it's a little like slower, it's degenerate, but still a little less degenerate. But yeah, Pump.Fun's also slowed down tremendously. It's kind of digging its own grave right now.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Got Leonard said, why are you so bullish on Satoshi Nakamoto? Its founder is quite weird and just posts strange things. What do you think, Koma? That's your ticker, man. You gonna let him talk to your ticker like that?
We don't know who he is, so at the end of the day, it could have been the true Satoshi Nakamoto making that one. So,
wow, that's profound.
Yeah, let's just say that guy has a lot of money.
Ask Caesar. Isn't there a dude named Caesar?
Bro, I saw that. I saw that.
Satoshi, yeah.
Yes, he was like, exactly 2 months and 30 days. I'm gonna reveal who Satoshi is.
Like Noah.
Yeah, that was interesting. I think he just, I think he subscribes to the belief that Satoshi, which I'm not like whatever. We're getting into conspiracies here. Yeah, that was a really interesting thing. Well, I'm just gonna assume Satoshi made the rune.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You never know.
That's word on the
Word
street
on the
goes.
street. It's not because of my bags, you know.
Yeah,
just the
it's
truth.
it's not bag bias whatsoever. I know that Satoshi looked at the runes protocol and was like, I want to make one with my name on it. Like it
I
just makes
wrote
sense.
this in the white paper. Exactly. That's what he was saying. That's what he was
Dude.
thinking. And to him, what's that fee is nothing to someone like Satoshi who has plenty of money.
Well, if he is alive,
If
we'll
he's
see. Anyways, going back to the question on why you bullish about Satoshi Nakamoto, I just think the ticker alone, but it's not like I'm like super bullish on it. It's like
Yeah.
it's one of the first runes. Satoshi's name makes sense.
If I could be honest, I probably have a little bit of buyer, or is it called buyer's remorse or seller's remorse? I should have sold a little bit, but it is what it is.
I
Always
did
buy at the
sell.
top, sell at the low.
I sold like I sold more than my initial when it was like literally like the second day when it was like ridiculously
That was a smart
overpriced.
move.
Yeah, so I'm good rolling free on that. But I mean, there's always like
I got
should've
hooked on
sold more.
the drive for $1 billion. Everyone's like, we're gonna get $1 billion. We need to go $1 billion, and I was like,
Dude, I learned last cycle. So like runes is kind of too new to tell this, but like I learned last cycle of like whatever number CT and the rest of the world's coming up with, like you got to undercut it by like 30%. Like if it's like 1 billion, then like, be looking at 700 million. If like you're like short term, midterm, like
yeah,
it's not going to hit that. And then they'll raise the bar. They'll say like, oh, 10 billion. And then everybody's, but they're really aiming for like, 1 billion, 2 billion. That's not to say things can't do that. I actually think like if runes continue to be successful, like obviously like dog is on track to break $1 billion. I mean, it almost did this week, and it's not even on one top tier exchange. So like I think that's a very real possibility. But just like to keep in mind, like everybody's gonna set the bar to like here, and everybody's gonna like hold the Doge to $1. Like that's the best example. I think Doge got up to like 75 cents, which was still like incredible. And yeah, what is it at now? Like 6 cents?
crazy, man. It's crazy.
It is crazy. Sorry, my kid's crying in the background. We have some more.
Doge didn't hit $1 either, unfortunately.
Yeah, we all have bad memories from that. I actually sold into the whole Elon Musk going on Saturday Night Live, so I did well, but I just didn't have enough. I mean, that was at the time where I was like putting like barely any money in these things. If I had to put real money in, I'd be like retired right now. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about FUD. Let's talk about the fees on for the children. Says it's created by Cook Capital because he got exposed as a racist by the project. I believe that. My money is for buying drugs for pizza pets. That's a good allocation. Pets will want pills and drugs for sure. Be honest, Chris, 99.99% of the offerings are for liquidity extraction. It doesn't go back to the market. It goes into their pocket. I mean, you can tell it's on chain. You can tell which of these projects like put it in their pocket and which put back to like the token or don't sell. So I think like, cause like with a lot of they can have like separate wallets, sure. But like at the end of the day, there's people waiting for a slip up. Like if you're the founder of Satoshi Nakamoto and you sell like even a little bit, that's going to be blasted all over Twitter. And it's going to go to like it's going to get cut 50% instantly. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a liquidity extraction until you see that. But yeah, I mean, if you're talking about every single token put on pump.fun, I'm sure like a majority of those are, but yeah, a lot of these projects, like, especially like these top, like, I don't want to say 50 runes, but like top runes, like, let's just like watch the wallets and see. I don't know. Like we'll see. There's some on here. I just saw one that makes me sick. Stupid Silly Cat's been like running like crazy. Somebody sent that to me at like, wait, it was so low last night and it's up 1,000% now. It makes me like sick, dude. We'll throw up. Oh, well. Is The I should have sold filling. Yeah. All right. So let's look at some runes. I'm gonna put this
I
back
should
up.
have sold you. All right, but on another one, let's get runes.
Yeah. The I should have sold filling. Now let's go back and.
What's up with our Pizza Ninja runes? Is there any is there any deets about that?
Yeah, it's rune number 14.
All right, that's the alpha, boys.
That's the
Something we knew 2 months ago.
No, there's no current updates for the bullish Bitcoin Pizza Ninjas, but I can strongly assume that they're not just there just to sit there forever. So we'll see.
At least it doesn't. It's not impacting our price.
Yeah.
Like remember, like every other like rune was like use the ordinals as a gateway drug to get to the rune, but
yeah, well, Pizza Ninjas aren't a pre-rune. Like
Yeah.
it's very different.
Yeah,
We were
exactly.
already established project separate from runes entirely that just so happened to inscribe a rune.
we'll see what happens.
But there's also some projects that Pizza Ninjas are teaming up with as well. Actually, one by there's another one I just saw announced on Twitter pretty recently. Let me see if I can find it. But basically, like we're I guess going to be in partnership with them and get an allocation. It's with Corey, which I met in Lisbon. I'm seeing if I can find it. That's pretty cool though. Like and this was like a pretty low rune too. I think it was like number 20 or something like that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Whatever. But basically, we're going to get another rune as well. I don't know if like every ninja or if it's going to be a giveaway style or what, but they teamed up with Pizza Ninjas and it's going to be on it.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, here's the top runes 100 chart. As we talked about earlier, $1 billion cat went from essentially like nobody knowing about it to a $57 million market cap. So if you managed to find this one early, you could easily have had a 57x or more. So no big deal there. I own 0 of this, but I really like it, and I'm planning to do some things with the company. And yeah, it's really cool. I kind of mentioned this earlier, but I kind of like anything that kind of ties into PFPs because you get a lot of social capital there. And I think Pig was in here earlier, and now $1 billion cat. But what they've been doing is, so you can like put a PFP here. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do that with a ninja. Let's see. Let me find one of my ninjas, or just a ninja. It doesn't even have to be mine.
I should choose the one that sold for like 1 point something Bitcoin.
Because I don't have it saved. Hope this is it. Yeah, there we go. That's a random ninja. So you can just kind of like make your own, like basically each of these styles is like either theirs or a different project. So Oni did one kind of like an Oni to where you can do like half or whatever. And it's not
cool.
Yeah. And then there's a full one. But anyways, I mean, it's pretty simple. Like it's just branding. So like it's good social capital for the project. Because like people might like it, they might think it's cool, want to promote their rune bags while also like having their same PFP, so they could just easily do that. And runestone kind of incorporated into profile pictures as well, so I don't know. I think it's cool when like tokens do this because they kind of incorporate and get the social capital on it. So yeah, you know, it would be kind of cool to have a ninja art on here, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Ninja style.
What's the website? Kfish asked.
$billiondollarcat.com.
Great name.
And then you just save it. But again, I own 0 of that. Not trying to shill it. Just thought it was cool. And anyways, yeah, runes are overall getting pretty hammered. What do you guys think? Have you done any buying or
None?
0. I've been too invested in Korea and my spending there. I gotta save my money for now, but yeah, I want to get back in on it. I was looking at RSIC actually. Like a lot of people were hyping it up, but I can't tell if it was a bunch of like influencers just shilling all together. I don't know. I'm seeing some patterns on crypto Twitter these days where like you hear about one rune and then it's like 5 or 6 other influencers talk about it at the same time. So I'm like kind of trying to be wary of that.
Yeah, I got wrecked on RSIC personally. I bought
Yeah.
like way higher than this. So hopefully I bought in size too. It's just kind of flatlined the last few days. But basically, as far as my knowledge goes, R6 team is just like slow at building. Like that doesn't mean they're not going to deliver. They're just like have been really slow at deliverables. And I guess one, the market's getting crushed. So I don't want to say it's just because of that. But two, like people get impatient while the market's getting crushed. So there's that as well.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I heard about decentralized too. Like there's a lot of like, oh, you know, we have all these like people new on our team, or like it's completely separate from CyberKongs, and we have all these like you know, experts in the industry that are joining, blah blah blah. But it's I don't know. I still haven't really seen enough detail about what they're actually planning on doing. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, they released a manifesto, and it was not very clear. So it's still like a lot of speculation on exactly what they're going to do with their token.
I think they purposely did that ambiguously, just to like create some type of like, what do you call it, lore.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like their marketing definitely confuses me because it's almost like it's like a community-led marketing initiative, but I'm not sure if it is.
Maybe they just hired an intern or something. Use ChatGPT.
They might. They had this competition lately where they're actually, let's see, they're giving away a bunch of like decentralized, basically to people who like made content and threads and stuff. So that was interesting. But
I wonder if I count. I put the thing up. I was like, "What the hell is this?" It was like it was the Prometheans animation. I was like, "I don't even know what this is."
Not that I'm salty or anything, but I was the first video to be made on it. I got like 13,000 views without their support, and they never even like looked at it.
They better give it to you.
Dude, and I bugged them, man. I wasn't even shy about it. I like DM'd them. I was like, yo, I made a video. I put a lot of work into this. I like created an AI voice like just for this. And yeah, no response. But anyways, that doesn't make me not bullish on their rune, but it was very, very interesting. But this was their manifesto, and it was just vague, man. I don't know. It's like, who knows? And the vagueness, I guess we'll kind of see what it ties into. I guess just trying to keep it vague until they have like their pipeline laid out. Bugsy said they're not building anything. It's called Hopium. I guess that was for the what's it called? RSIC. I mean, I don't really care. I'm not that into RSIC. Like I have a bag, so I hope it does well. But yeah, it's not like this is like my thing. Like
yeah, honestly, like I put some money into runes, but at the same time, it's like not enough to like really impact me in a way. Like if I lose it all, but if I gain, big win, you know. So we'll see.
Oh, if runes failed, it would impact me, but you know, the show must go on. But yeah, exactly. We're not here to talk about failing. We're here to talk about successes, and this is a newer market. And it is like the whole market got hit. I mean, like when Bitcoin swings 5%, it's going to affect everything else much harder. So, I mean, we're still talking about a fairly new protocol with coins just doing insane volume. I mean, even with today being terrible, I mean, look at Dog's volume, 1.7 mil on the day, still at a $600 million market cap. Like things are still doing relatively well for being so new. Bank of Nakamoto is still up 110% over the last 7 days. That was another one that was called early. Again, $1 billion CAD. You got it. There's still so much opportunity here.
Give us more alpha, man. I guess a lot of people in the chat is giving us all the alpha. It's hard to tell which one's
yeah, we do got Shu. Gob's consistently building. Their rune claiming tool goes live Thursday for any teams that need one. Yeah, I do think Gob was a good one to look at. I don't really have much of that. Like I like have a negligent amount of Gob, but they do seem to actually be a team that's doing stuff. So and maybe that's why their price reflects. And still only at $11 million market cap. So there's that. Bugsy said, I think people should treat meme coins, shitcoins as such, not LARP with roadmaps, utility, etc. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel that. It depends on what it is. Like We disagree here. I know me and Bugsy do, but like I think there's like meme coins that just need to be meme coins and not try to do anything silly with it. But I also think like there's like governance tokens. There's like tokens that are integrated like into like the project itself. Like there's other tokens. So I don't know. Does a token make sense to the foundation of your protocol? And kind of go from there. And if it does, then cool, use it, integrate it. If it doesn't, then okay. Yeah, the stupid silly cat is the one that I looked at that got shilled
Holy
to me.
shoot.
Yeah, I was staring at that thing for the last like 20 minutes. Actually,
Yeah, somebody pointed out. It's gonna make me sick. I don't even know if I want to go look. I don't know if it still shows, but basically somebody like pointed it out to me last night, and I was like, "That looks cool," but I've been wrecked this week. So I don't really want to go into anything. And then I just
That's
looked
the
at it
only
just
thing
now.
that's green in this red.
I know. I'm trying to let me see if it actually says when he showed it to me at. Oh,
Wait,
it doesn't.
was this in the Pizza Ninja X group or was it somewhere else?
No, it's just one of my friends that like messaged me and he was like, "Yo, this one looks good." And he told me that at like last night at like 11 p.m. So it was like right here. And now it's up here. Oh man.
Oh man.
Anyway, what can you do? Should have bought a small bag.
Hey, I gotta drop. I have a meeting I need to attend, but this
good.
episode was good.
Yeah,
it's good
yeah.
to have the boys back together, and let's keep it going.
Gang's all here. We'll go ahead and wrap up the whole episode. Just to kind of recap real quick, we have Bitcoin Nashville coming up. We're going to have the biggest after party. Go check out the footage of that on @TO's profile. If you need discount tickets and you're a ninja, hit me up or hit somebody on the team up you're familiar with. We'll get you some codes. Definitely try to come say hi to us in Nashville. It's going to be a really good time. Also, in like 30 minutes, I know Coleman needs to go. They're moving Not Financial Advice over to Tuesdays. That's Not Financial Advice. It'll be live on @TO as well. They're actually going to be specifically talking about IP. So I think there's going to be a lot of Pizza Ninja IP alpha there. So if you're not doing anything in 30 minutes, hop on over to that space. Glad we could get the whole gang here together again today. We got Christy, got Coma, and last but not least, we got Vincent. He's one of my favorite dog content creators, especially on YouTube. Saying, is pizza delivery a buy or a wait? I have way too much pizza delivery that's actually not associated with us. Bullish Bitcoin Pizza Ninjas is associated with us. I like pizza delivery personally, but we'll see. I bought higher than this, so maybe I'm a little biased. With all that being said, we'll see you guys next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Thanks everybody for tuning in. See you then.